that was announced in the backdrop of the Atmanirbhar Bharat announcement. It just shows you that a listing overseas does not mean you're no longer an Indian company. In fact, the current restrictions are what are encouraging companies to become an overseas company before they list. I'm sure Manjeet can pick that up when he comments. So I just feel it's a absolutely brilliant opportunity that is presented now to all companies of all sizes, all sectors in India, in the space of thinking of where they should raise capital from, to consider this an opportunity. So think about it from the point of view of first investors, right? That's the most important constituency. From their perspective, as India goes back to perhaps that stable, 7% odd growth, who knows, maybe even more. And that will happen from FY22 onwards. It will not happen in 21. We know that there will be a contraction, but 22 onwards, it will happen. All the groundwork for that has been done over the last few years. And I really believe there'll be few places in the world from an investor's perspective that will present that sort of economic opportunity at that scale in the decade odd that follows, FY22. Now think of it from the entrepreneur's perspective. I think just imagine the ability for an entrepreneur and for an Indian company to think global from a small and mid-sized scale itself. The ability to use shares of your company to merge, to acquire, to consolidate, in key overseas markets, and to start thinking about that even when you're a small or mid-sized company. The ability to go to your customers with the profile of being a company listed on a market that they understand and trust, not, in an overseas, remote market. Of course, it's expensive capital. It's not cheap to list overseas, but it depends how you're able to leverage that capital. Are you going to think about it only for, within the constraints of your domestic market, or are you going to now, post an overseas listing, think of your business on the global scale? And I think all these benefits more than make up for that extra expense of considering an overseas listing. Certainly, there are some sectors, technology, energy, particularly clean tech, startups, many of whom are already set up as an overseas, using an overseas structure, healthcare, pharma, biotech. Those would be the four main sectors that I feel will be early drivers of overseas listings, direct overseas listings, as the norms are relaxed in India. And of course, we at Grant Thornton Bharat believe that there'll be more than 100 Indian companies that will go for an overseas listing in the decade to 2030. That number is more than twice what have listed so far, and that we believe is a pessimistic number. That's the minimum number that we see.